I'm Clay Cook, an editorial and fashion portrait photographer based in Louisville, Kentucky. Today we're going to walk through step-by-step my workflow for tethering. Tethering is a process that takes your image from your camera to your computer. And so it's a very vital and important part of what we do on location and in the studio. Today we've set up a test shoot with our model Canon and our hair and makeup artist Bethany, and we're going to create a really natural looking portrait. It's going to be shot on this oliphant background behind me, and I'm going to show you step by step how we tether in the studio today. Tethering is a vital asset to how I work in the studio. And so right in front of me I have all this tethering equipment. This is what we use in the studio and on location. I'm going to walk through this step by step on how to build our tethering workstation and the tethering workstation we use in both the studio and on location. But before I build this setup, I want to talk about why I tether. And there's a few reasons why. Number one is a client preview. I like to have a client preview because I work with teams. I work with hair, makeup, stylists, art directors, creative directors, and my client. So it's important that I have a big preview, a big screen where all of my clients and my entire team can see what I'm shooting at the same time while I'm shooting. So it gives the entire team the ability to check their own work. So I can check my composition, the hairstylist can check the hair, the makeup artist can check the makeup, so on and so forth. So it's a collaboration. Everything we do is with a team. So this tethering workflow gives us the ability to collaborate and make sure that we have the greatest image possible. Another important facet for having that preview on a big screen is that my client is standing there making sure that this photograph is within those creative parameters that they first set out. So we want to make sure that this photograph is something they initially envisioned. And that's a very important aspect of shooting tethered and why I shoot tethered. Also, you don't want a bunch of these people, your creative team, to be huddling around you, staring into a 3.5-inch LCD screen on the back of your camera. It can get very crowded, very hectic, and it's just a very annoying process. So by having this tethering workstation, you can provide a nice, comfortable, and creative environment for your team and your client. The second and most important facet of tethering and why I tether is that it really slows me down. I think if you shoot with just a camera and you're spraying and praying all over the place, you're going to be shooting a significant amount of images, and it's not nearly as precise as if you were tethered to a laptop with a slowed down workflow and collaborating with a team. So obviously shooting untethered without a cable is going to allow some freedom. It's going to allow you to move around a lot and, shoot all sorts of different compositions. But the problem with that is that you're going to shoot a significant amount more imagery. But when you're tethered to a laptop, it's going to slow down that workflow, you're going to shoot less, which is going to really speed up your workflow in post so that you can go through these images a lot more, and they're a lot more precise. They're a lot more exact to what that vision is. So you don't have to go through all these random images of something that's experimental. It's a much more precise process. Also, when I shoot tethered, I'm using a program called Capture One Pro. And that software allows me to apply a color grade that's going to be very close to the final vision. And that's something my clients love to see, is they love to see something that's closer to that final product. And so Capture One allows me to apply a color grade, which is going to automatically apply to every single image that I shoot that flows through this tethering workstation. Another reason why I love tethering is because you don't have to rely on one single source of memory, a memory card. Instead, you're backing up to a laptop, which is backing up to an additional external hard drive. So you're going to keep your files organized, you're going to make sure that you have a backup of all these files that you're importing as you shoot. And so with Capture One Pro, you can name these files, and you're going to keep your files organized to go to any additional software such as Lightroom if you want, or you can go ahead and start the post process with Capture One on site or on location. So that's why I tether. So now I'm going to take you step by step through all this equipment and how we build this tethering workstation in the studio.